Elena from the Engaged Corps. I'm spotlighting my former student, Mitchell Costello. Mitchell is so talented, and honestly, although I only taught him for 2 years, realistically it felt like forever. That's just how much of an impression he left on me. In addition to just being so ridiculously funny and just super shady, and you're gonna get that eventually when you watch this video. Also, I should point out, his episode is hilarious. It's like a barrel of laughs. If you like shady, dark humor, you're gonna love it, and I promise you, though he roasts me, he literally roasts me for 40 minutes straight. It is still the funniest thing ever, and I promise you, I'm a good teacher. I really am a good teacher regardless. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy it, and again, I'll see you on the other side.
I had just moved to DC at that point from Australia, and I didn't have any kind of dance connections. I didn't have any friends really at all. I was also really short that time, and I hadn't hit my growth spurt or anything, so everyone thought I was like 10 when I was like probably 16. I don't know. That's who I was. I had no idea who I was in life in general, but I was very eager to make new dance connections and find something that I enjoyed in dance in DC. I don't know where this idea came from that I'm like this amazing singer, actor, dancer, whatever, but okay, let's stick with it. um, I think one of the reasons, and it's probably not the reason that you're expecting, that I wanted to focus on dance rather than theater stuff, is just the people. I feel like dancers are a whole different vibe than actors or singers. I feel like, I don't know, can I say this? I feel like they're way more humble and easy to talk to. I feel like, when you're doing theater in high school, everyone thinks they're going to go onto Broadway. They're not. Um, and there's just too many personalities going around that all want to be at the front of the stage. But when we work in a dance company, there's an understanding that we're working as a team to make whoever is the focus look good, or to make the entire ensemble look good. It's not about like, I'm gonna break formation and go to the front. Like, no one would ever do that. So that vibe where it was more of a team, that's more what I was looking for in life at that moment. So, me personally, I've always been around the girls my whole life. I never hang out with the boys. I think that's pretty obvious. So, I was fine with it. But I honestly think that there were times where I was being the standout or being put in the center uh, because it was a lot easier for me to stand out as the only boy than other dancers. And so I felt like it was almost an unfair advantage sometimes, because I was like, there were times where I was like, okay, yeah, they kind of have to put me in the center because, everyone else matches kind of well. But I was like thinking it's just a lot harder if you're one of 20 girls to stand out. You know what I mean? And I feel like they were having to work a lot harder to do that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I hope that like moving forward, there aren't many years in the future where there's only one boy or zero boys, because I really feel like, I don't know, it's just, why wouldn't we have more boys in dance classes? You know what I mean? This is a hard question because I know that I've learned so much from dance about life, but it's really hard to like explicate it clearly because it's not really moments that can be put into words. But I think that from being your student, particularly, the biggest thing I learned, and I don't know how to say this in a way that sounds deep and meaningful and cool, but it's just, don't let yourself down, because you might think that if you do a lackluster job, you'll be letting other people down. But really, the only person that you're really letting down that matters is yourself when you're not giving 100%. I feel like that was a lot of the vibe in your classes is like, okay, yes, we all know that um, Elena's 100% disappointed in us all the time. So the most important thing is for us not to be disappointed in ourselves because that's what we can control. I seriously don't think that I'm dancing enough right now, and I wish I was. Um, just because, not even like dancing in my spare time, because when I'm in the house cleaning, I'm dancing all the time, just like everyone else. But that feeling of really being invested in a dance group is kind of what I'm missing right now. Like all of the challenges that I faced in Elements and Hype when I was dancing with you. I'm not saying that I want to have more mental breakdowns, but when you really love something and you're really invested in something, then you're going to be crying. And if you're not crying and having mental breakdowns, then, how committed really are you? And I want to get back into that of just like really feeling like I have some kind of obligation to myself to um, get better at dancing and stuff like that. Because here in Melbourne, oh my gosh, the scene is actually really big, and there's a lot of very talented dancers, and I would like to be okay at dance.
Thank you so much for joining us.
This has just been so many compliments to me in the past 10 minutes.
Right. You're
I'm
going to like walk around just like, I'm glowing. I'm
yeah,
just glowing all
this is not
day.
good for me today. Today my head's gonna be big. So yeah. After you end the recording, if you could just insult me for a little bit so that I could come back.
Just come back to reality.
Yeah.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah, you got me.
Yes, I do. All right, Mitchell.